Hi, I'm Kristina Chriselle with Apricot Tree Planning. My sister and I, this is a venture my sister and I are doing. She's more the creative one, so all the wonderful stickers have been her creation so far. Don't know if I'll be able to do anything like that, but we're doing Plan With Me, and I'm going to do the first week in February, or partial week in February, because that's my birthday. I'm a groundhog, February 2nd. So this is my first Plan With Me, so bear with me. This is all a learning process, and I'm sure there's a huge learning curve. So I appreciate your watching. Be sure to like. Okay, so I'm just going to put all of the, I do every other box, the full box. I don't worry about the gap on the bottom. That's what washi tape is for, and that's what washi tape is wonderful.
So go ahead.
Okay, and so this is where I'm just looking and looking and looking, and then I eventually have to dip into my sister's stash to complete my pattern, or the world will turn off of its axis and go crashing into the sun if I cannot complete my pattern properly.
Oh my gosh. OCD is real, people. The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. It is. Things need to be symmetrical. There's a pattern.
Oh my
If
heavens.
there's not a pattern,
So I haven't gotten her to actually break free of the actual boxes yet, because when I do my planning, I don't mind going outside of, I mean, I stay within the column basically, but, well, that's not even true.
I did one. I think I did one.
And you lived.
I lived. But
it's okay. We each have our own style, and it's supposed to be your happy place. And if doing a pattern makes you happy, then that's what you should do.
I like order. Chaos makes me... If something appears chaotic, no, I can't do it.
Well, I was looking at some of the Plan With Me's, and or actually, I think it was a photo somebody posted on a Facebook group that I'm on, and they didn't have a bunch of stickers, so they did everything in doodles, and it was so cute. But I thought, there's no way I could follow that. I would at least, I need things to kind of line up, and I need there to be a little bit of segregation between what's an event and what's a to-do. Otherwise, my eye doesn't quite know exactly where to rest and where to get the information I need. If I have to jump all over the page, I'm in trouble, because I will surely miss something important if I have to do that.
Yeah.
So even
I don't have time to do a week of doodles.
Yeah, well, even when it's just cute, and she just did this in her mini, and it was adorable, but I wouldn't have been able to extract the information I needed, even though I enjoyed looking at it. So there has to be some balance between what's pleasing to the eye and what's useful to the brain.
It still has to be functional, and it does. It really does depend on, exactly how are you going to use it. I use it virtually almost the same way week to week, and it's a process, and I'll continue to tweak it, but it all just really does depend on how you use it. Yeah, here I am searching, got to find the right color, and now looking at it, yeah, my colors really don't, my shades aren't right, but
it's good to learn not to be too matchy. So.
I know, but it
can be a little painful sometimes, though, to...
It is. It's a little bit painful.
Yeah. That one would have worked. But I think we moved on, saying that was too orangey. That's the interesting thing about the coral color that's in this spread, because you can go really pink with it, you can go really orange with it, you can go really red with it. And it is an interesting color in that it really kind of, depending on what else you put with it, pulls it in that direction.
Right.
So there I'm trying to persuade you to use that color. And you were not persuaded.
I was not persuaded because I had green in it, and even though, yes, some of the stickers I use have green in it, no other backgrounds had green in it, and it just would have been
jarring.
It would have been catastrophic, just totally catastrophic.
But eventually, this is where we go into my sticker hoard and tell you guys a little bit about this book here. So I actually have 3 of these binders. They're not all this big. This is the biggest one. And actually the fact that it's this large makes it a little less useful than the 2 smaller ones that I have. But I thought that, you know, this big 3-inch, 2.5-inch ring was going to be great. And in the end it's not. So I took apart all my Mambi books and put them in these little page covers. It's kind of the half page size. So if a regular page is 8.5 by 11, this is 5.5 by 8.5. Yeah. So if you turned a page on its side and you folded it, it would fit in those page protectors. Mm-hmm. So it tucks up out of the top, but it's okay. By me, that doesn't bother me. Some people that really bothers. I've seen sticker books made where people put and tape them and glue them down to cardstock or scrapbook paper, and then they punch it like with the Mambi punch and put it on rings. I think that's all fine and good. I just could not bear to part with that much paper and have it never be seen again. Even the ugly papers. So this just makes sense right now, but it's not a perfect system in that I do have multiple pages tucked into one protector because I was trying to group them, and so it really needs a little bit of work. But there you see, she finally found her favorite fantastic one. And planner piece has been achieved.
That's right.
So now
there's some sense of cohesiveness, and that is what I need.
We're going to kind of speed things up, and you won't hear from us for a few minutes, but she's going to get into a little more of, I don't know, this is just our method. You know, you kind of work on the background.
Yeah, I do the background, and then I work out, you know, then I put down my washi tape, and then I do my little to-do flags, put down my washi tape, do my little headers, and then I do my little extra stickers, like, you know, my chore, you know, and everything.
All right.
So, but that's my process.
So we're going to go ahead and zip through to the end as fast as possible because we know it's a little bit of a long video. We aren't very fast at this yet. We kind of sweat every detail and every decision still. And so doing a spread, we don't chunk them out in 15 minutes yet. It takes us a little bit longer. And even taking our time, you still end up with crooked stickers that have to come back up. And there I corrected Chrissy. I said, don't put that down. That's on your birthday. So she wasn't allowed
no to-dos on my birthday.
Yeah, no to-dos allowed on your birthday. So the little to-do thingy had to go on another day. So, alrighty, we'll be right back. So the week that Chris is doing here is her birthday week. And her birthday is February 2nd, which my brother and I delighted in torturing her about. Because it's Groundhog Day! And this was way before the movie came out.
Yes, it was before the movie. Never heard of Puxatawny Phil until right around the time the movie came out. So I pretty much was the neighborhood groundhog. My mother would make me get up every birthday morning and run outside to see if I could see my shadow. Every year. And then when I was 15, right after I turned 15, I moved to my father's. That following birthday, I spent the night at my new best friend's house. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to have to run outside. Nope. We get up and Sharon's mom tells me, Chrissy, go outside and see if you can see your shadow. So I can never get away with it. Never get away from it. Even had a weatherman in New Mexico trying to get me to do it. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Because he was a member of the gym that I worked at. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So it will stick with me forever, but I do.
It's kind of fun to have a birthday on a holiday, at least a holiday that doesn't deprive you of other presents.
That's true. That is very true. But it seems like we all have not so much holidays, but significant dates. Like yours is, you share a birthday with Davy Crockett.
I do.
Our brother shares a birthday with Abraham Lincoln. My son shares a birthday with George Washington. Then I have one child whose birthday is usually around Memorial Day, and then another one whose is usually around Labor Day. So I got the beginning of summer and the end of summer. And then another child whose birthday is exactly 1 week before Halloween. And then you have an actual Halloween kid.
I do, yeah. It makes it fun. And again, all of these are days that don't take away from, it's real. I always feel bad for kids with birthdays in December or January because Christmas ruins your birthday then.
Oh, I went to school, growing up. Went to school with one girl. Her birthday was Christmas Day, and then a friend of mine, her little boy's birthday is Christmas Eve. And
oh, that would be awful. That would be awful. Yeah, so I remember one year, well, my brother and sister are 2 years and 2 weeks apart.
Exactly.
On the same day of the week. So we always had birthday party things for them together. It was
combined.
It was never a separate party. But my birthday's way in August, so I always felt really left out. Well, this one year, my mom did this big birthday party, and all the neighborhood kids were over and stuff. And for some reason, I don't know, Chris was just acting like a brat, and
probably not. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, right. I think you were probably 8 or so you probably were a big brat. But anyway, was just kind of done with it. And we gotten this record of Alice in Wonderland, and it has this song that it's the Disney one, and it had the whole soundtrack from the movie and stuff, because we didn't have VHS and DVDs and all those things, so we had books, and if we were lucky, we had a record that went with it that had the songs. And so there's this one scene where it's the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, and they sing this song called Have a Very Merry Birthday. And somehow we got it twisted to where it was Have a Very Unmerry Birthday. And we kept singing it to her till she cried.
I do not remember that. I remember the song. And then I remember when our grandmother moved out to Ohio to live with us, that we had started the tradition of that whosever birthday it wasn't, like my brother and I, we'd be celebrating our birthday. Well, then, Kathleen, she'd get a present too. And then on her birthday, me and my brother would get an unbirthday present. But that started when, like I said, when our grandmother came in. So that was really cool. So it made us look forward to each other's birthdays a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Made us a little bit more gracious. But I didn't know you made me cry at my party. That's pretty sad.
Kind of mean that way, yep. Alrighty, so I think that the birthday column turned out really, really cute here. And no, you cannot have any to-dos on it. even though you have to go to work and stuff, it'll still be at least a day you're not putting down a vacuum icon or pay bills icon.
Or dusting or laundry. I will,
Yep.
I might do dishes. Depends on how many I dirty up for my birthday dinner. But usually, a lot of times we go out for my birthday. So
I was gonna say you'll be bringing home Chipotle.
Yeah, I'll be bringing home Chipotle or Lee's.
Yeah.
Lee's fried chicken. So it's always hard when all those great places are on your way home and you're just tired and just want to go home.
Exactly. The sad part is, I said after I was no longer working full-time that I would cook more, and that has not happened. So now I have to go out and find all those things, but I still am no more inclined to actually cook than when I was working full-time. All right. So OCD struck, and the sticker had to come off. This was painful to watch because I did not think the sticker would recover.
But it was crooked. It was very crooked. Now, not all of them, the full boxes, they didn't all go on perfectly straight, and I'm good with that because washi tape does,
hides a multitude of sins.
Yes, it does. But this, no, it was just, and it would have bugged me, and I can't have it bug me the week of my birthday. Come on. So, but
I've seen people who do their entire spread based on their birthday. The whole thing would have been birthday week.
I know people that celebrate their birthday the entire week. Now, if my birthday fell on a weekend, possibly birthday weekend, I'm sorry, I just don't have time. I expect special treatment the entire week.
There you go.
But please treat me like the princess that I am the entire week of my birthday. But I can't let things slide around the house and just life in general for more than one day. At least I try not to. I'm usually not that successful at it, but hey. If you also notice on my headers, I do have the weekend sticker. You will notice it is over Tuesday and Wednesday. I have a really jacked up schedule. My weekend is Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So,
yeah,
that's what's so great about these stickers, about this whole thing is, that if you have an unusual schedule, it's very forgiving. And you can mark, yes, this is my weekend.
And the cool thing, too, is that even though, you have to work Saturday and Sunday, it almost feels like you get 2 weekends in it, because Saturday and Sunday are a different schedule a little bit and a little different workflow.
It is a different workflow. It's, so, and it is. And it's, so.
But there, you fixed it, and the protractor smoothed it all out beautifully. And so the sticker has a second life. She resuscitated it.
It was saved. And so, and I think as all I do here is, I'll write down, what rooms chore-wise that I am going to be working in that week. That sticker that I undid and put back down, that's where I'm trying to get to bed earlier and wake up earlier. And yeah, that's just not working out. And I try to track my steps. It's not like they really increase.
And your little star asterisk?
My little star asterisk, that's just keeping track of the book that I'm reading. And I try to keep a checklist because I like series of books. But sometimes I'll forget if I've read a certain one. Like right now I'm kind of rereading like the Pray books by John Sanford, and but there's a lot of them, and so At least this way I can look back and be like, oh yes, I have read Shadow Prey.
And there we go. That is
And
the
there we
finished
go.
product. It looks really good. Very cute and symmetrical.
I like symmetrical.
Thank you guys for watching. We hope to do some other Plan With Me's together. It's kind of fun to, I don't know, compare our styles, and hopefully you'll find kind of what you like between us and incorporate from each of us something interesting in your own planner. And certainly we are looking at lots of Plan With Me's ourselves and learning more all the time. Love to see the creativity that's part of the planner community. So come back and see us again soon.
Be sure to like and subscribe.